Hi everybody, welcome to Ocean Yomi's channel. Well, today I'm going to do a presentation on the triple goddess. This is part 2 because I've originally did it on my old channel, so I'm going to do the triple goddess. Yes, dinner's ready. Yeah, I'm going to do the triple goddess on part 2.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you was doing YouTube.
Yes, okay. Yes, that's my daughter. You know, life, innit? Life. Anyway, so today I'm going to pull up some pictures. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to pull up the pictures. I've been saving this for how long? So, the triple goddess part 2, because I already put up one video. So I'm going to do this another with different, images. So, let me get my notes. So, oh yes, my notes, I have plenty notes on this. So, the triple goddess is the divine femininity, which is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. This is an ancient concept from different cultures. This is most popular amongst Wicca. In childhood, a young girl is considered a maiden. This goes on until teens. The mother is the goddess that bears children or give birth. The crone is the goddess in her later years following the change, when she is no longer of childbearing age. The maiden is a young girl before childbearing years. The maiden is an aspect of the goddess with the waxing, it's corresponding with the waxing moon. She is youthful and our new beginnings and our birth. She is the spring, the awakening of the earth from sleep. The term maiden goddess is applied to any goddess who doesn't marry or have children. Mother goddess is the divine feminine, full with child, so she's childbearing basically. She is the earth, full of bounty and ready to be harvested. The mother goddess is fruitful of magic, ideas, healing, opportunities, family life, etc. The mother is summer and the full moon. The mother is summer and the full moon. The mother is also women who can't have children but are caretakers or adopted children. The crone represents a woman of later years. After the change, i.e. menopause, the crone is wisdom and experience from living a full life. She is at the time to reap rewards and living peacefully with her memories. The crone season of winter, the moon phase for crone is waxing moon. Now, the goddess that's corresponding with each divine phase, maiden, is Artemis, the mentor, mother, Gaia, Isis, Mary. The crone is Baba Yaga, and the spider, grandmother. The goddess is the mentor, Gaia, Isis, Baba Yaga, spider, grandmother, which is what I said before. Yeah. So that's one part of my notes. So the reason why I'm using black images, because on most of these websites and stuff, they always use a lot of white images, and these images are just the same. So these women I would term as maidens in my eyes anyway. So let me see if I've got any more. I haven't got any more on that. So these ones are maidens. This is the maiden time and the virgin time. So I'm going to share my screen again so you can see another idea. I think this is the one. So this is the triple goddess symbol that most people use. The maiden, the mother, and the crone. There are rituals that are done round about these times too. Around about certain times of the moon phases, which I have written down. So the new moon brings in new beginnings and ideas and plants seeds. The waxing moon brings in good magic and ritual. The full moon, celebration and power is at its greatest. And the waning moon is the banishing and the binding basically. Let me see if I can find another example of it. It's not on this page. I'm going to leave my ladies up, actually. Let me leave my ladies up. So you see me go in and out, you know. So even though these origins, the meaning of the moon phases, I think I've done the meaning of the moon phases. So also with these is the planes and realms. The earth and the underworld and heaven, cycles, life, birth, death, ultimately rebirth as the moon phase continue. Goddess Dementa, Cora, Hecate, a connection to all women and womanhood, a connection to divine feminine. So let's do the divine feminine. What is the divine feminine? The divine feminine is a form of energy that all beings process. It is known by many names as Senkit, Shekit, and Yin, and lunar energy, and is often connected symbolically with the moon, Gaia, Mother Earth, water, just like the divine masculine. It is one half of the spirit life. So what are the qualities of the divine feminine? Because everybody always talks about divine feminine. Divine feminine is intuitive, heart-centered, compassionate, wise, accepting, forgiving, collaborative, reflective. So they've so her role. What is the divine feminine role? Everybody always talks about divine feminine, and they never really talk about the role of the divine feminine. So in mythology, the divine feminine usually represented by the mother or the goddess connected us all to the sacred. They were grounded in Mother Earth and connected to the Father Sky, bringing children into the earth, into the world through the power of life-giving love. I love it. It's so simple and straightforward, isn't it? So, how do you awaken that goddess energy? Find your find your unique feminine expression. To practice awakening your shake it. Practice bringing your attention to your body and to your world. Now visualize that everything in your awareness, everything you see, feel, sense, both inside and outside, is made up of the goddess energy. Stay away from drama. So that's part of the divine energy. You have to stay away from drama. Let's see. Right, so these are the characteristics of the inner goddess. Self-assurance. You should always have self-assurance, yourself with confidence. Self-assurance is another way of saying that we are confident and centered, have a great sense of optimism in the darkest times. Celebrate your own brokenness. You can be whole and strong despite your challenges. Celebrate your unbrokenness daily. Reassure yourself it's okay to have a breakdown. Don't hide your shine. Be self-reliant. Don't look outwards for anyone to come and help or save you. Never be the victim. Connect with the divine energy. Instantly connect with your inner goddess by grounding and walking in nature. This will help you become strong, grounded. This time of the year, you can feel shifts in emotional patterns. Invoking the inner goddess means being the driver of change. Invoking inner energies is a way to invoke your dormant powers, which are infinitely creative, surprisingly balanced, your dashas, and try more Kundalini yoga. Now, I always say that how I am coming out of the maiden going into the crone, but I always thought I was a crone anyway. So to me, I was always celebrating myself as a feminine from long time in a kind of way. I used to do a lot of walks in nature and a lot of things in nature. I used to explore in nature. I used to go to the sea a lot. I was very much into crystals. So when they talk about all the divine energy stuff, because people always put it down to sexuality. Yes, a feminine. When you're young and all that stuff, right? I mean, I'm not saying I'm old, biddy. I'm not that old really, but like when you've come into yourself, into your mind as well, which I think most women, when they hit around about the 40s, them ages, you kind of come away from trying to please everybody. You kind of become, like you're waiting for your next phase, the milestone to happen. And even though women at 40 can still bear children, 40, 50, I think upwards. So I think when they talk about the crone where she can't bear children, to me, most women who decide, well, when you hit around 50, I would say 50 plus, when you're the grandmother, you're the wise one, you're the wise woman of the village. And I really can understand the triple goddess, the I won't say energy, the meaning of it, because when you've been through all those phases yourself, you've been through the childbearing stage and all that. You yourself, it's like you sit down peacefully in yourself, because like you're waiting to become the grandmother, to become, the one where the children and the grandchildren come to you as well for advice or whatever. And also, especially if you are into higher, as they call it, higher science or whatever, right? You are able to maneuver yourself because you are well seasoned. I will say you've seen it all, you've done it all, innit? So you ain't got nothing to prove. Also, I also think with the triple goddess, because they only just put a little bit of the triple goddesses here, some of the goddesses, and I really think that I think one of the maidens is Oshun herself. I think is Oshun, because she's like the youngest one out of all of the pantheons, so she's like a maiden in a way. There's others that correspond with the triple goddesses, even though, right, they mention Isis, which is one. So to me, I think if you are settled in yourself, then you understand these meaning of these the triple goddess, because people just think, oh, the triple goddess is just like a symbolism and stuff like that, but it means an awful lot, because even with the moons, you can do a lot of work with the moons, you can do a lot of things with the moons. So you can, right, like I said, you can, it's like a rebirth, you can just tap into your moon cycle. Some women, or women and men, I think, but women ultimately, they feel the moon cycles. They can be down 1 minute, they can be up 1 minute, and also be through the cycles as well. I think, because I've met a few that when, like, if the moon's high, they feel certain things. Because so I definitely feel that the women is very connected to the moons as well, and they gave a very good example of the moons. So I'm going to see if I have another example of it. Oh yes, I do have another example. Let's stop this one. So this is the faces of goddesses. So the triple goddesses is arguably the most important deity in the vast majority of pagan and Wiccan, even though like it does some hoodoo people uses the moons as well. She is also often one of the most misunderstood. So the goddess, the three deities of one deity. The triple goddess also reference three aspects of one being, which can be seen in cycles found throughout the mythology. She symbolizes the separate stages of female, which is what I already said, and the waxing moon, and the full moon, and the waning moon phases. Common references to a triple deity, threefold, tripled, Trinity. The maiden. So like I said, the maiden is the virgin. The maiden is the first in the cycle of three faces of the goddess. She is generally portrayed as a young and innocent. She is seen in the spring. The maiden is often used in magic relating to all kinds of new beginnings, like new jobs, new living spaces, pregnancy, birth. She is symbolized by the color white and the waxing phase of the moon, which is what I said already. So I'm repeating myself, but let me see what else I can give you. This has basically just told you what I just said already. It's basically just said what I just said already, re-said already. The crone, which is who I think I am right about now in this stage, even though I'm only in my mid-40s. The final aspect of the triple goddess, the crone, is far less understood and far more slender than both the maiden and the mother. This is likely due to how most society view aging and the elderly as a kind of dirty secret to be hidden away. But that couldn't be further from the case when it comes to the crone, also known as the dark mother or the wise one. She is often portrayed as being a hag. She has experienced much and has plenty of wisdom to impart. The crone is death, winter, deep mysteries, and darkness because life always has to come full circle. Her color is black and she is symbolized by the waning moon. So, yeah, that in a nutshell just rolls it into one. I don't even have to say no more after that. It just repeated everything I just said in a nutshell. So that's why I decided I needed to redo the triple goddess again, because I feel that is very much misunderstood. It's very much misunderstood. The women are misunderstood on a whole. The divine feminine herself is misunderstood, and so I think in most cases, some women accept who they are and become crones and just, deal with the wisdom side of it because they've seen it all and done it all. And I think that's one thing for me. I can definitely say that. So I'm not going to go on because I've made the points. I'm trying not to rush videos as well. I made my points and I hope you like this image of the women. Let me see if I can do the other one. This is the more one accepting to the conversation that I'm having now. So as you can see, you have the maiden in front, the mother on the side, and the elder. You can see she's clearly an elderly. She's the crone. So, and I have my greys as well. I have my greys. So I accept being the crone, to be honest. So with that said, I'm not going to go on a waffle on. I'm going to leave it there actually. So I'll please like and subscribe. Have a good night, good afternoon. Thank you. Bye.